Okay, so my buddy Luke here and I, we just got done from a walk. Sit, sit. So I'm going to teach you a watch exercise. Now this was detailed in my mentor's book. Her name is Karen London, and she co-authored a book called Feisty Fido Solutions for the Leash Reactive Dog. I think that's the subtitle. So what it is we want to condition the dog to sit in front of the human and look at the human. I have a handful of treats here, and I have one treat in this hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Luke right here, sitting, looking at me, and I'm going to put my hands here. I'm not going to entice him. I'm going to wait for him to voluntarily lift up his head and look at me. So as soon as he does, I'm going to lift the treat up so it's between his eyes and mine, and then I put it into his mouth, and the second it touches his lips, I'm going to say the word watch. All right, Luke, come. Sit. So I let him see that I have one. And again, I'm not giving any sounds to get him to look. And if he goes like this, I'm just waiting, I'm ignoring, I'm not engaging with him. Sit. Watch. So the second it touches his lips, he needs to hear the command word. Sit. Sit. Luke. Sit. Come here. Sit. Sit. Yeah, he's still not fully comfortable with me, so we want to sit with some escapability, which is why he's giving us some distance. So I'm pulling it away. See how he's extending his legs? There we go. Sit. Sit. He tried to fake me into sitting. Luke, come here. Sit. 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 Luke, sit. Sit. So you have to have really good attention, because the second he looks at you, it might only be a fraction of a second. You have to watch. So at first when you do it, you just keep on doing this until he starts looking up at you faster and faster. Luke, sit. 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 Look, you're making this into a really long video, buddy. Sit. Come. Okay. Ideally, you want to do it with him sitting. In the terms of expediency for this video, I'm just going to allow him to do it this way. So if he licks, I'm not discouraging. I'm not saying no. He's just not getting any result from it, so I'm not responding. Now, when you do this, you don't want to have anybody eating, and preferably nobody moving around the room initially. This is okay, but we wanted to have it just the easiest possible situation first. Watch. Now that's how I cheated and sniffled a little bit to get him to look at me. Luke. Okay, so considering Luke was growling and barking and lunging at me when I first came in, we made good progress. But basically what you're gonna do is give yourself I would take these treats and cut them in half, tear them in half. I would start out with maybe about 7 of them. So when you tear them in half, you got about 14 pieces. Put him into a sit. Again, make sure nobody's moving around the room and make sure nobody's eating. If somebody else is eating, he's gonna go that food. And just put him in a sit, make him stay there. And as soon as he looks at you, hold it up between your eyes and his, and then go give it to his mouth and say, watch. Eventually, he's gonna start looking up at you more and more often, and then you extend. So then you say, watch. So that's I'm gonna make it take 1 second. The next time, maybe 3 seconds. Next time, 5 seconds. So we want to extend his gaze, and he doesn't have to look at you in the eye, he just has to look in your face. So what we want to do, this is the first step for the watch. And you're just going to do this inside. First when it's quiet. Then eventually we're going to do it when Dad's watching TV, where we turn the TV up, maybe a soccer game. And we want to do it where there's 2 people and having a conversation. And then 3 people, and then people walking around. We want to gradually make it more and more challenging inside with distractions. But we start out and we don't add the distractions until he's able to do it consistently in the perfect setting. So this is the first step of teaching the watch.